life gets good, Jaja sweep over my soul. Dingy life sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Those are rolling life gets good. Jaja sweep over my soul. Dingy life sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Though the billows roll and tempest blow, Jaja will sweep over my soul. Every day, every moment, I will sing a song of praise to Him. Hail the King of Kings. Every day, I will rise. Every morning, I will sing. Every evening, I will lift my voice. Lift my voice in praise. Oh Lord, sweep over my soul. Sweep over my soul. Though the billows roll and tempest blow, sweep over my soul. I hear a voice is calling from somewhere out there. A voice is singing somewhere in my ear. And I know that I must rise and fill my heart and pray and sing for Jaja Almighty. I say sweep over my soul. Oh, sweep over my soul. The road may rough and tough and go and get so hard. Just sweep over my soul. It's in the name. And I shall live for life unto the Holy One of creation. I shall sing songs of redemption, songs of praise and win. I claim my position in creation of the Son of the Almighty Jah. Beholding His glory, manifesting through our life forever. Sweep over our soul. Sweep over our soul. Be not tempted unto sweep over our soul. Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, I say welcome once again. Of course, my method of broadcast this morning, it's unusual, and that because of unusual occurrence. Eleken Tioba says, since men of these days has learned how to shoot without missing, we have learned how to fly without perching. And I know that men will also say, since Eleken Tioba has learned how to fly without perching, We will continue shooting. But of course, we are passionate about Biafra. We've not asked for anything. Nothing. We want to be. And it shall be. I broadcasted for about 50 minutes before now. Facebook is just learning work. All those Yoruba touts can't help him. But because of our matter, the world is on trial. And so for those of you who are just joining us on Facebook, you are welcome. Because this is the same way we are telling them Nigeria is a zoo. Nigeria is evil. Nothing good about Nigeria. It's British company. British government are the sponsors of Boko Haram. British government are sponsors of Boko Haram. And there are some criminal individuals hiding in America, aiding and abetting to support evil in Nigeria. We're not talking about Chinese and Japanese because these people have sealed themselves. And I thought it was a Jewish American. I'm talking about Zugabyte. You have to shut down your server. Most of you don't know. I won't tell them, but let them come. I spent throughout last night from 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock when I started broadcast this morning. I was studying Facebook. If they didn't block me, I would not have studied them to that far. And now we are here again. You block it again. I will spend the next 5 years. You people will not hide. The world must hear this truth. It is as simple as that. Those of you who are just joining up, listen to the repeat broadcast I just made some less than 1 hour ago. And those of you who have been listening since 1 hour ago, still feel free and let's carry everybody along. They can actually see it, but I want to send a signal to the enemy of Biafra. You are not going anywhere. Those of you in Asu Rock, Boko Haram on uniform, all of you are not going anywhere. We will come for you people, you will know. We can only get better. Here in IPOB, we can only get better. Don't you people understand it? I beg, enjoy the broadcast speech, repeat broadcast. And anyhow they want to do, we will follow them that way. Nonsense. Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are, all over the world, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uchi Ukafo Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, he's standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people. For almost 6 years now, nobody have been able to do that. And by the grace of God, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we must appreciate the Almighty Creator, Chukwuka Abiyama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For he is the lifting up of our head. He is our hope and our stay. He is the one who leads us, who guides us, who directs us. He is everything to us. And believe me, in my humble way, I will acknowledge him. Anyị na-aja gị mma n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị obiọma gị o juru anyị anya dadị o inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-aja gị mma. As always, on this fateful morning, we are here once again to call upon Biafrans to get ready for what is to come. Because I know that any moment from now, I will still be cut off by Facebook. But we will keep saying it. We will keep saying it. Because they are on it again. We will keep saying it. Because in the end, we will be known for who we truly are. We are here to agitate for our rights to self-determination. Last time I checked, IPOB has worked very hard to ensure that we operate within the preamble of law. We have met every requirement. We have worked by the book, the law. But those who gave the book do not live by the book. You pretend all you can, but in the end, that thing you think you know, you will see how stupid you are, but the whole world is watching all of you. And I tell you, because of the issue of Biafra, the world is on trial. Because of the issue of Biafra, the world is on trial. And so Facebook, you do your worst. You can delay us, you can't stop us. It is like those who are holding Biafra down. All of you don't know what is coming for you. You will do what you can do, and we will do what we can do. The more Nigerian hold Biafra down, the more Nigeria will be disgraced globally. In the spiritual realm, Nigeria will be disgraced. In the physical realm, Nigeria will be disgraced, because Nigeria is tossed already. In with the Creator, and you will know his mind concerning what we are doing. And we have assured him that in 100 lifetime, we will repeat the same thing. And then the earlier all of you stand aside and let us be, the better for all of us. Our hope and strength and confidence, it's not in just the nuclear warhead. It's not just in those who believe in truth, Homo sapiens. It is not just about the host of heaven that have gathered around us and given us support. But it is on the simple fact that the Creator is with us, and before him we are justified. But of course, while they are trying to take me to season 2, we must continue. There are certain things we don't just look at and give back. We will fight you to it standstill. Is it not the issue of Biafra? Is it not the issue of Biafra restoration? As far as men and women have died because of this Biafra, we will never stop. It doesn't matter who you are. The more you think you are frustrating us, you are leading us into a light we have never thought exists. Everything you have done to undo us, we will discover your weakness the more. But as for Nigeria, they will use their hand to initiate a state of anarchy. A state of anarchy. And then this zoo called Nigeria British company will burn down. And from her hatches, Fulani nation will emerge. Hausa nation will emerge. Middle Belt nation will emerge. Yoruba nation will emerge. And so shall Biafra emerge. That in the end, it is as simple as that. But of course, we must continue. Our time having to spend. And those of you on Facebook for record purpose, wait for season 2. Our topic this morning is simple. It is titled, The Colonial Strategy of Gaining Support to Enslave More People. The colonial masters have strategy. They are not gone, they are still there. They may change their name, but they are still there. They have strategies in place with which they enslave people. More people. This strategy enables them to gain support. It is being played out before all of us as we speak, but we do not notice them. This morning, let us examine them. A lot of events happening before our very eyes, and yet we are participating in the event to our own detriment without us knowing. A lot of things are happening. We become part of it. But these are actually designed to destroy us without us noticing it. They play us like game. Many of us having been contracted, having been hired to cheer ourselves to death, happily unknowing. Each day, each week, each month, as the case may be, one issue trend on social media, one issue trend on newspaper pages, and this issue trigger reaction across the globe. They watch the international community reaction, they watch the reactions of the people, and with this, they decide our fate. Make no mistake about it. It is all politics. If you do not stand up to stop them, you will merely exist. Millions of people in the world today are merely living out their life without knowing it. It is the same thing that keeps happening, and all the time, we are the one who are cheering them to our death. They pay us money, they contract us, come and clap, come and support your debt, and we do that without knowing. It may be very difficult for me to be able to explain what I am going, the point I want you to know this morning. But of course, we will continue until you understand what we mean. This very strategy, this game they play for us, it was one of the most manipulative and effective weapons used by the emperors of Rome in the era of the Roman conquerors. They had a strategy they used. This strategy helps them to undermine the right of the people, even in the presence of the Constitution. Yes, the Constitution is there. But this strategy helps them to undermine, to control the people, to bamboozle the people, even in the presence of the Constitution. Today in Nigeria, you see the fraudulent Constitution, a decree opposed on us by the British government, brought in through one lunatic called, what is the name of this man? When I remember him, I tell you, because these people are not supposed to be remembered, except for course, Abdusalami Abubakar. These things, their action contradict the very constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. But some Nigerians are there clapping, oh, it's good, let them hang us, we can be hanged. But they forget we are in democracy. And one of the dividends of democracy is freedom of speech. And this is the avenue we have not even explored further. But there is a strategy that is being used to undermine the power of the people, even in the presence of the Constitution. This was one of the greatest weapons of the Roman Empire. When the Romans ruled the world, they conquered everything conquerable. But most people will not know that the Rome you hear today does not really exist, only in your mind. Rome has very special techniques of doing things, and that is what I want you to see today. It is still playing out in our life, and all of us are seeing it. Now let me tell you how they function. During the time of the Roman Empire, there was a particular emperor that ruled Rome. His name is Marcus Aurelius. For those of you who have watched a movie titled The Gladiator, Marcus Aurelius was an aging emperor who would not hand over power or leadership of Rome to his son, Commodus. Because Commodus is not a moral man, according to the emperor. And it was the emperor's desire to give Rome back to his true self. But this, Commodus will not accept. And Commodus murdered Marcus Aurelius, his father. But before he was murdered, there was a plan to hand over the power or government of Rome to his trusted general, Maximus, who was then supposed to give Rome back to its true self, democracy. But he didn't have the time. As Commodus, being a cruel man, said all of them. He murdered his father, Marcus Aurelius. He actually made an attempt to murder the general Maximus, which he didn't succeed. And just trying to bring down your home, your mind back to the game they are playing with us. And then going back to Rome before the floor of the Senate. They heard everything that happened, but they live by the book. They can't just step Commodus down because Marcus Aurelius is not there, or neither is there any evidence to testify against Commodus. Few politicians who know the truth, but yet lack the will to say the truth because they will be murdered, kept mute. And at the end of the day, they thought that Commodus will fail as an emperor of Rome because he was just an arrogant child. He knew nothing. And so they sit back and watch Commodus. When Commodus returned to Rome, he saw that the politicians, the Senate, were not going to support him. But he has his own strategy. What was his strategy? He organized game. Nigerians, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, you are Fulani. They're organizing game for you, and you are enjoying it. And this game would have been referred to as something like Olympic in this day. This game took place in the Colosseum, where the first-class citizen, all class of Roman citizens in Rome, they all gathered in the Colosseum. And for almost 27 days, let's say a month, Emperor Commodus organized game for the people of Rome. What is this game? The gladiators. The battle and kill innocent people, weak people, the people they are supposed to protect. And among them, they are cheering Commodus. They loved him for it. They loved him for it. One of the senators said, what is the emperor doing? 66 days of game? And then yet another senator responded to him. And so I thought Commodus was a fool. But it's not. The Rome is the mob. And the mob is Rome. What rules Rome is not the ties in the floor of the Senate, but the sound of the Colosseum. What rules the world is not that written document they call Constitution. But your reaction on the basis of newspaper is what controls them and make them begin to think. And today, like the people of Rome, we are the one cheering our own death, cheering ourselves to death. And why they organize game for us? And just try to make you understand how these people function. In this scenario I have created, I will remind you that the British government, though they are not righteous like Emperor Marcus Aurelius, but they stand in the position of Marcus Aurelius. They moved back and handed over power to Yoruba and Hausa in Nigeria, which are the Commodus, immoral people, very wicked people. And then they sit in the helm of affair. They stage manage all of us through the media. The media is the modern day Colosseum. And right here on the media platform, we cheer ourselves to death. For the Biafran people, indeed, at the end of the day, are Mazimos. Mazimo either fight to defend Rome, the same way Biafrans either fight to defend Biafra, or then decide to run in cowardice and die for nothing. Biafrans can decide to die and become slave to Fulani Hausa and the British government, or rather we can choose to make sure we free our people, even if it means us dying in the process, like Mazimos did. But be rest assured, we are not dying. We are not going anywhere. We have no tie with death. We have no ties with British government, Hausa, Yoruba. We have not dined with them. We will never dine with them. They will die before us. And we will visit their grave. And today, in the Colosseum, which is the social media platform of the modern days Roman Empire Colosseum, the stage managers, this is what they do. The year has come to an end. Believe me, in less than 40 days, 2019 is gone. 2020 will come. But I want you to go back to the newspaper. Every agenda of Nigeria since the beginning of this 2019 to this very moment, they are targeted at only 3 things. Number one agenda they have is to see that the whole world, number one agenda is for them is to make sure they murder justice. The first target of Jubri, in January 2019, he has 3 agendas for this year, 2019. Number one is to murder justice, as you can all see today. Number 2 is to make sure that he return to power. Because if he does not murder justice, he cannot return to power. Number 3 is to ensure that Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram, whatever they are doing, they are properly protected, supported to take over our land. 3 agenda. They are not here to develop the land. They are not here to make sure your life is improved. They are not here to give you medical health care, as the army are going there to inject you. The people who take the food away from your table and they are administering you drug, are they not killing you? But you will not understand. But this is how it functions, and this is how they operate. And we are going to look at the trending news on the pages of newspaper from January till this month of November, and it will amaze you. In January, the trending news for the month of January 2019 in the zoo called Nigeria is the removal or suspension of Onyibe. We just wake up one day, Buhari said they were going to remove Onyibe. It attracted a lot of issues. People from Biafra land, some were shouting, we no go agree, we will do this, we will do this, we will do this, we will do this. Along the line, a lot of things happened. And this gave them room. In February, the same thing continued. They said, oh, Onyibe is corrupt. We saw him is corrupt. But this is February. It is the trending news. And so, from January to April, Onyibe was murdered. And the day Onyibe was removed, justice was taken. The book, the law, was placed aside because it enabled them empower one illiterate who didn't go to school, not to talk of going to law school, as the current Chief Justice and Attorney General on everything law in Nigeria. I mean Tanko, the one that drives aeroplane. And so with law, what is the hope of the common man, O ye Nigeria? Without the law, what gives you the right to operate as a people, as a citizen of a zoo called Nigeria? The law have been murdered already. Everywhere in the judicial system is the Fulani British government in charge. But for 4 months out of this year, out of the 12 months, they work very hard to make sure that justice is murdered. And having been able to silence Onyibe and the justice system, that is why we hear them saying, if you say yes, say no. If you say no, say kai. You know all of them are stupid people. They are very stupid people. Maybe they are ignorant, they don't even know that we are all gladiators in the arena of Colosseum. The world is watching. And then having said so, from January to April, the trending news was Onyibe, he's Onyibe. And in this process, they introduced another one. Having in March, they discovered that they have succeeded in silencing Onyibe. All their target is to make sure that Buhari, with his performance, Jubri, cannot be president. But they have to silence the justice system, and then they begin to empower the Electoral Commission. And so you go to the month of March, the most trending news is what INEC is telling you. We can, INEC election, very successful, media electronic voting, spiritual electronic voting, international collaboration voting system. We are in place, 1 million Boko Haram army to supervise, and they gave Nigeria assurance, but it's amazing. At the end of the rigging, they told you they cannot get access to their server. But of course, from March, they start introducing platform to enable British government and those people of interest to lead the same terrorists, the same tout into the government and leadership of Nigeria. And then good men stood up and said, no, this is not right. This is supposed to be this. This is supposed to be this. But who are the people who fight for justice? Who are the people who talk about righteousness in this country? It's the Igbo people. It's the Igbo people. And when I say it's the Igbo people, it is the Biafran people. At the end of the day, people of interest start coming. I may not accuse America openly, but those who are Americans and sincere ones should begin to watch their people. All of a sudden, FBI came forward and said, oh, 80 Igbo man was caught stealing money. FBI, Kwano, American FBI. All these were distraction. They were sending a signal. If you interrupt our process of killing arena in Colosseum, we will victimize you. American FBI was ready to fight against us. They have published the name of 80 Igbo people caught in 419. I wonder why FBI is not giving us update about these people. All of you, your shame will know no bound. I'm talking to FBI. FBI know everywhere you have Nigeria embassy in the world. Our people do not have right. FBI is aware. If you see our people working with any of these high commissioner, these are sold out slaves already that will betray their own father and mother. They will even betray their own sons and daughter, not to talk of their husband. FBI know these things, that there is no place they are chasing Biafra anywhere in the world that Nigerian embassy will ever give us protection. FBI know this. They didn't publish it. We know all of you FBI agents working in any Nigerian embassy. We know all of you. We know you in our land. We're just watching all of you. It's just like the same way DSS agents are playing Van Damme. We know all of you. We know where you buy water. We know the girls you sleep with. We know the vehicle you drive. We know everything about you, irrespective of how hard you work to make sure we don't see you. Go and ask Zugabite. You know, I'm still battling with Zugabite this morning. I battled with him throughout yesterday. That I didn't make presentation yesterday does not mean I cannot make presentation. But sometimes insult climber than yam. In my village, in Mino, Yakona Heji. Sometimes when people challenge you, you challenge them. As far as there is Facebook there, I dare you Facebook once again. We will be there. We will pay you. Frustrate us. After all, it couldn't be worse than what Nigeria is doing to us. We will pay you Facebook. It's all about the money. You took the money from Nigeria and you turned against us. You want to shut down justice. That justice will elude you the day the world will come for you. Nobody will beckon on you. Nobody will save you. We pay for the services. Do not understand. All the radioactive current in the atmosphere, they contribute to the degenerating of our health. Are you people paying us for destroying our health? And then I can tell you, you do not have the moral right to tell us not to do that. Most people do not know that when you sleep with your Android phone on, a lot of things goes on, damaging brain and sensitive cells in our organs. And who is paying us for that? And then there are some lunatics telling you that they are funding World Health Organization. World Health Organization should better do and stop some of the activities that are destroying human lives already. And I'm saying this in effect to make Facebook understand that I challenge you, you cannot do anything. Destroy everything that is left of us. It will amaze you how we will bring this information and we will tell the people who are living at that moment how stupid you have been. Were we talking to you Facebook before now? The day you hire Yoruba out, Yoruba they learn work. When you talk about IT, Yoruba they learn work. We kept quiet. They are doing 419 everywhere. Then they learn work. So you made a mistake, Sugarbite. You better go and hire China, Japan, and America to come and manage Nigerian Facebook for you. If not, we rule the world. Biafrans rule the world. We want to go home. So you, Mr. Hypocrite, listen to us. No matter what you do, we are going home. But of course, I won't digress further. And so, like I was saying, after April, they have been able to murder justice. No more justice in Nigeria. And then they know people will come out and protest. FBI of America start telling them, hey, 80 Igbo man was caught for one night. FBI, give us update. All of you are dancing nakedly before the marketplace. Shame on all of you. And then they know the people who would have come out to confront the current evil. You can't shut the justice system in order to rig election and put you back in power. And then having attacked the Igbos, the Yoruba, of course, will not benefit when the system is fair and just, because their own is their 10% interest. Another trend starts. The next trend is about INEC. If you go back to the month of June, the trending newspaper is Osibanjo went to America, met with some people of America. But why can Donald Trump be there and allow Americans to be playing dirty game? And he didn't remove those people. Osibanjo went to America. What did he go to do in America? They were settling grant to rig another government over, which they succeed in doing. Osibanjo, leading Christian church pastor. They were there trying to look at where resistance will come. They shut them down as spectators in the gladiator arena. I mean, in the arena of the collusion. They were there trying to say, oh, IPOB. In fact, Osibanjo went to report IPOB. What is the name of the useless man in America that listening to Osibanjo? Anybody hosting Nigerian president, senator, lawmaker, you are useless, you are hopeless. You need to send them to the backyard. Let your aides talk to them. You people don't have sense. One useless man welcome Osibanjo in America. Osibanjo was carrying big Bible. Go back and look at the video of Osibanjo meeting with, is he a lawmaker or a senator in America? Osibanjo was carrying power bank. Watch Osibanjo in many of his videos. He's carrying power bank. Do you people know the implication of that? Idiots. But of course, it was time for them to seize power again for another 4 years. That is what they do. In the month of June, from June, you go to July, having laundered the image of Nigeria that they are doing well, they are a good country. In July, the main agenda projected. They told you they have defeated Boko Haram. Anybody Boko Haram are the one metamorphosing. They were only reminding themselves about the agenda. You are not hearing of Furugao, but it is still ongoing. Their target is to secure power. And then the issue of Boko Haram trended in August. And then in October, they appoint another 4 new justice for the Supreme Court. These are sellouts that will enable them endorse everything they say, seal and delivered. Now, justice issue have been sealed. Boko Haram issue have been sealed. This is November. Do you know the next war or the next trending news? Understand, in the first place, what they fought for is to silence justice. Having done that, they moved on to secure the Electoral Commission of the zoo called Nigeria. But as you always know, justice system have been shut down. Nobody can say anything. But they can count on IPOB that we are here. Now, in order to shut everybody down finally, so that the main agenda can't prevail, what did you think they do? They are canvassing for, what do you call it? They are canvassing for what is known as hate speech. And so whatever they do, we will not talk. Hate speech is all about silencing the people to enable them to organize and take over your land, kill you. There is no justice system after all. You will die for nothing after all. Nothing will happen after all. That is what it's all about. And now you can see for a whole year, military agenda has played out. And when they do all these things, they stay on the social media, they open their radio, they say, what is your opinion? And I see men and women, some of them will call and tell you what is happening. Anybody that say hate speech, they should kill them because hate speech has led to the death of many. It cannot be accepted. It's a hate speech. Let them be hanging Nigeria. And this is a hate speech. You are just like that, those mob in Rome. They will bring out one of them, put them in the Colosseum, in the arena, release a dog or a lion to tear them apart. The mob will be clapping, oh, we love Commodores, oh, we love Commodores. Some of you are saying, oh, we love Britain, we love them, we love them. But the day will come, you will be the person in the arena. Don't let them deceive you. They're waiting for your reaction. Believe me, no matter what they do in the end, the power to free yourself, the power to have good life that we yearn for, the right to live as human, it's all in our hands. But are you the mob of Rome who just sees small entertainment, small distraction, and you begin to yell for them to kill your father and your mother? Or will you be like Maximus, the one who will rather die for justice, rather die for dignity, for the honors of his ancestors, for who he is, that the people may be free? Or you
The history of a people, I repeat, is like the stream of life from which the character form and structure of the identity, their backwardness and progress are drawn. It affords a people the platform on which to predict their future. Thus, just as every stream has a source, so every group of people has a beginning.
I had a voice on the radio Biafra. London is the mouthpiece of the Biafrans. Nandekano is his slave. He made a vow to fight the end till our nation Biafra is restored. We love him, he's our mentor. Biafra is for real. Yeah. We will keep on fighting till the end.
Anything you hear on the radio Biafra is the gospel truth.
I had a voice right in the air, sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom. Yeah, now I conquer. I had a voice right in the air, telling me to listen. Biafra's freedom is near. It's telling me Biafra is my name. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home. It's telling me Biafra is my name. Biafra is my name. Biafra is my home. My home. For many years after the war, yeah, we be praying to Kike to give us a good leader in Biafra land to replace Ojukwu. Until I wake up one day, one morning, I tune to my radio 102.1 FM, radio Biafra. All I had is love.
The people cannot predict their future if they do not know their past.
Yeah. Nandekano's voice, I had a voice like him, yeah. Sounding like a thunder, calling for my freedom, yeah. Now I conquer. I had a voice like him, yeah, telling me to listen. Biafra's freedom is near. It's telling me Biafra is my way. Biafra is my home. Biafra is my home, my.
Yes, finally, we are still here. Biafrans, wherever you are all over the world, we must not allow them to stage manage us. You must watch them. On the template of Nigeria, in the hand of those who manage this company, only 3 agenda. Murder justice system, it's called E1. Implementation of Boko Haram organization, they score, let's give them 50%. And then coming to silencing free speech. They are working on it. 3, but they will fail in all of them. They can murder justice, but they can't murder Biafran. Of course, at this moment, our lines are open. You are a Biafran anywhere in the world. You are yet to join IPOB. Humble yourself. The fear of IPOB is the beginning of wisdom. Humble yourself. Don't let anybody deceive you. If you are saying you are intellectual, you should be ashamed of yourself. Being ruled by Ochinama, cattle hearers. This is how frustrating it can be. Humble yourself, or we will humble you. Don't worry. We just want our freedom. All of you must come home. You must come home. Everybody must come home. I know they get them. You must come home. Or forever you will remain where you are. And somebody say, is it by force? Yes, so it's by force. So it's by force to be a Biafran, because in the first place we didn't choose it. If I had the privilege to choose who I will be, maybe I will be Donald Trump's son. That privilege was not given to me. Maybe Theresa May would have been my mother, so I can be raping black people. Nobody will question me, because that is exactly what Theresa May is doing. But then, it's not in your place to decide whether you will or you will not. We will compare you to. But how you do this will determine on you. We are not playing here. You people should get this in your head. Send your details to the nearest IPOB. You are a DSS agent, you are a spy. Come, we want all of you, mad people, all of you. Come and join IPOB because you don't know what is coming. It may be too late for you. Do not destroy the next generation of your father lineage because of your stupidity. The WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. That is our WhatsApp line and it is open. 070-815-45642. It looks as if it's unachievable. It cannot be achieved until it is done. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. And of course, we must continue. Caller on the line. Caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from? Monitoring Spirit. Good morning from here.
We are all over the world. Wherever you are, whether young or old, today is Afro. If you have anything to enjoy yourself today, just kindly with all your heart, just give to Kotikajama thanks today that he sent somebody like Manzenam the Kano to come and save you the ship uncle. What can you profit a man to get the whole world and lose his soul? What can you profit you? We have engineers among us. We have every scientist. We have all his heads because we are the people that have in general job. They cannot do this alternative. They cannot. They are just scared. That this present generation of Biafra, we must restore Biafra. We are equal to the task. Our leader said, if the option given to us is to restore Biafra by violence, then what are you people saying? What are you people afraid of? We are Biafra. They have already brought everything that they will use that kill us in our land. I thought to keep them quiet. Time is telling us today, they are bringing all of them in our land to use it and kill us. Digging a hole for us in our own ground, for us, for them to put us there. No problem. No problem. Oh, you are waiting, you are looking for me and you will get ammunition. We will use it on them. But look, let me tell you, let me ask you people one question. Ask, Onyibe. Is this Onyibe? Will Onyibe ask claim to be more greater than the Yuta? Only Onyibe now one co. Onyibe can claim not be greater than the Yuta one co. Oh, but what about Saul? And is that why? When we saw be useful, that is the person that saw it. That is true. What about the club? The club cannot lift a man will lift the club. Therefore, it's already there. It's our land. We have no other place. We are not America. Neither are we Hausa or Yoruba or Fondo. Where is their mind? We are not alone. I cannot do it because I'm sincere to myself. But because of this intimidation, they bring us up with them also. I don't care. Nobody can stop Biafra. Then the Kanu has already listed Biafra for us. And he cannot do it alone. That is why the saw is useful with the user. While the art is useful to the user. That's okay for you take it on AK. Take it on AK. I'm here doing my own. You must be here doing your own. We are all emasculated. We are all dead. Don't see yourself as a living person. Because if you are seeing yourself as a living person, You are waiting at that because the whole world has gone up, not even this plan. This useless plan you are seeing. No. I met them there before yesterday with their new day for that dress. How many who the other open a job for the open a corner and walk one who drive with them. I'm more than a time, more than a time. That's why in election day in our land, you see all idols. They are for good for us. I like that story here. I put the thing down for the football. Tell them, can't do 7-4. We don't drink 1 month of money. You change your quiet. I will tell a level line. That's what we do. We are getting our people are rising up. Every day, one nigga will just say, stop, I'm afraid to put America. What am I got took down that I'm a America. Stop, I'm afraid now. I never read that to man. You need to know you guys, you should go. Stop, it's not a threat, it's a promise. Declare Biafra now before it is too late. Don't wait for your own time. Do it now, or else you will abandon America, and America will become a dictator. Oh, hey, Biafra, and God shall love Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra, we are not going anywhere. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Hello, good morning, Onyibe.
Good morning, my brother. Thank you for holding on. Go ahead,
Onyibe, good morning and good afternoon from Malaysia. My name is Mazi Chikwado Okorenta. I am the National PRO IPOB Malaysia. And this morning, Mazi Onyibe, I must be honest with you. You are doing your best and you are doing a very marvelous work for the restoration of this great country called Biafra. And all IPOB Biafras all over the world, I will encourage everybody, as Mazi Onyibe is working hard, let us put hands together to make sure that we do this. It is our duty. And my simple message to Facebook, Biafra will keep tormenting Facebook until they have no place to live. Biafra is already here, and it is something that we must get it. There is no going back, there is no coming back. We must get Biafra, whether they like it or not. I want to seize this opportunity also for anybody here in Malaysia listening to me now, and maybe you don't have a zone or you don't know where you can join IPOB. It is open. Tomorrow, being 24th of November, Sunday, we'll be having our general meeting once again. And this time around, we'll be going to Shiraz. It will be hosted by Shiraz Zone at Shabbat Center, Shiraz. And I will drop my line in case of, if you want to reach out to know about IPOB Malaysia and how we are doing. I want you to call this number +6019 4465 I repeat it, +6019 4465 Call the National PRO and get direction on a meeting tomorrow, or get direction of any zone or anywhere you are in Malaysia. We will direct you to the zone nearest you. Please, let's join hands together to restore Biafra. It is our Mazi Onyibe, I say, may good luck keep on blessing you, give you more strength to do this work.
Thank you very much.
Name.
We must continue. Yes, sir. Caller on the line. Your name and where you calling from? Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Calling from my son met today when I hear my colleague in my life. You are going home. They are not going anywhere, man. Yoruba, so they stay for their own red out of space. They live what they do. We are going home. We are in our home. We are not going anywhere, man. Our Biafra is our home. It's right there, I don't know. It's good to tell their mama, this is what you see, and not Biafra. That young one, and not Biafra. If you don't mind, son, we're buying Naga. I'm not buying. I was a little outside in hospital. Indeed, that was an hour one, you remember. CI Atmankasa, if you know the CI Atmankasa, you know your contribution to the people. I think people can't be a man and you're going to have and you're going to work. I'm a very good meeting, and then you're going to be okay. I don't know the canon.
We lost that caller, and I should say, Issy to your prayers. Issy, we truly appreciate. Our people must understand we want to go home, and that is all we have asked for. Are you there, caller on the line?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Go ahead, please.
That's Onyibe, please. I've been sending my message to WhatsApp so that someone can contact me. It's more than 2 weeks now. I've not seen anybody to contact. I'm living in Abia State. So please, I need to change IPOP.
Please
Hello?
indicate, still send the message and indicate you called this morning. I will do something about it. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
We must continue. Biafrans all over the world, we must not allow Nigerians to stage manage us. They have their agenda, threefold agenda for this year 2019. One is to murder justice, which they have succeeded. The next is to make sure Boko Haram is empowered. Let them be deceiving themselves. Of course, empowering Boko Haram is only for one purpose, to make sure they emasculate the Biafran people. It's okay with us. Let them come. We are waiting for them. But the third one is to shut us up. Do you know they lynch our people with the media? They shut them up. They told the world that there is no war going. It's just a minor crisis. They speak big English. Some say it's draft. British government manufacture different model of lie. Lie to the world. Some people are still lying to defend their ignorance. But don't worry. They don't have any other agenda. Second level. Next chance, next level. One chance group of politicians. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
I'm there. Good morning, sir. My name is Chizobang. I'm calling from Aba. I'm overwhelmed with happiness this morning. For the past 3 years, I've been trying to get you. Today is my lucky day. I say, my all glory be to Elohim in the mighty name of Yeshua. It's not easy to get you. I've been trying to get you. I have been hearing the voice of my brothers calling from far and near. They have been calling and they have been picking their call. I begin to wonder. You used to save their number. They will call, even some of them will call and the thing will cut. And after they will call back and you see people. Me, I'll be calling. There will not be somebody to pick my call. I am overwhelmed with happiness. Please permit me to reference my leader, Mazinandi Okutano. Hey, the Prince of Africa,
my brother.
And my boy Rimba. And my boy Rimba, one of Biafra land. We're not in Africa. Hey, my God. I'm overwhelmed with happiness today. Thank you for picking my call. If there is a way you will stop my line, please stop it so I be picking my call. When I call and get exhausted, I don't know what to do again. Because I don't see the reason why they will be asking our people up to now to join IPOB. Are they going to be asking somebody to leave? Asking somebody, pleading with them to join IPOB is like begging them to leave.
My brother, let me tell you the reason why we do what we do. If you are a father and you have 3 children, watch them. They don't respond the same way. And because they respond faster or slower, doesn't make them best. But they are all meant for different purposes. There are people that will not accept Christ today, but when they accept Christ, their own will become what is known as Opuriche. Most of these people who are still waiting to be pushed, this is how they operate. They are lister generator, ship engine. If they start, you will thank God they didn't start in time, because you will see Okpokpo scatter in manifestation. But your duty is to push the engine until it starts. And that is why we are here. Understand, I do not undermine them. We are doing what we are doing because we're supposed to do it. That is why in our series of going back to the root, when one of those studies will deal with those issues, Why it looks like our people are stubborn, they are the way they are. Because this is who we are. In the end, we will not deny ourselves. Believe me, when we are talking to them, we understand how they operate. Believe me. And so all we need to do is just be talking about it. They will wake up. Our leaders say all of our people are going.
They have been talking.
Of course, it is the generation,
Yes.
dispensation of talking. Go ahead, please, my brother.
I've been talking, and it's getting too much. Help me ask my leader this question, because I'm not worthy to remove it on that issue. You are among the hosts of Angel in Biafra land. Help me ask him, are there not going to be some sacrificial lamb? Why are we still begging these people up to this time?
But it's not in our place. I can assure you,
if everybody,
it is not in our place.
Excuse me, if everybody were to listen to Noah, maybe God might change his mind for not destroying the world with water. There must be some sacrificial lamb, because I am 101% that if this thing happens
you
today,
are right. You are right. But it is not in the place of Noah to choose who die and who live. My brother, it is not in the place of Noah to choose who die or who live. That is their choice.
This is gospel of our Lord, and it has come to us. For those that still have that in their mind, let them be the scriptural lamb. I don't care if it's my brother or my relative. Every day you be talking. Are you not tired? Sometimes I feel for you. What kind of brain that our people have? Even Yoruba, they are following Tinubu cheaply. Whatever he said, they will do it. Are there no intellectual there? They know what they are doing. Even Fulani Hausa, they know that Jubril is an imposter. They cannot talk. They are following them foolishly. And you know, you have only one leader in the whole of Biafra land that is telling you the truth. That love you even when you persecute him, and you still kick him. What kind of human being are you? Mazi, I thank you so much for picking my call this morning. My heart is overwhelmed with happiness. After 3.5 years, you finally picked my call. God will bless you. God will bless Mazen and Carlo. God will bless you, Chamafo. God will bless my brother that just come from India. You are my brother. I'm from Umzike. I love you guys all. But you pushing on, keeping on. One day we get to the final destination. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue. Our duty is to be talking, and the rest is left for them. Are you there, caller on the line? Caller on the line, good morning from here. I would advise you to turn down your radio. Good morning from here. Go ahead.
From Ada.
Go ahead, Ada.
I want to really appreciate you for what you are doing. Please, may I know any RSIPAP where I can join them?
Send me your name, your location, and phone number on the WhatsApp. Send your name.
I'm not using smartphone. I'm using location.
If you can get somebody to do that. Now, my challenge is that the women phone, I can't read text message from there. I would have said send it there. But there is every possibility I can't access it. Look for somebody to help you. Send it to the WhatsApp. I will pick it up from there. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah, good morning. Good
morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Biko, enwe occasion m chọrọ ikwu na o nwere one man kwuru okwu ugbu a na n'ụtụtụ so monitoring spirit ahụ ịkpọrọ ya.
Yes, go ahead.
There is something he said, like mentioning today is for although I know. Yes, I would like to advise you, Mazi George Onyibe. Biko, if possible, try and remind us morning and night the day that is the market day of that day. Because sometimes they don't listen well. Let's start from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And your Request or suggestion is noted and we shall look into it. Yes, sir. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ada. Go ahead, please.
All I have to say is thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, my Lord. All I have to say is thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, my Lord. All I have to say is thank you, Lord. Ana m ekele Chineke onye mere ka m nweta gị n'ụtụtụ a. Ana m ekele Jehova Jire n'ihi ọ dịghị mfe. Onye na-eju anyị n'aka anyị n'aka ekpe. Anyị obi bidoro mgbasa eruole 7 years. Chineke a na-eju anyị n'aka anyị na-eju anyị n'aka ekpe. Asị na ya nara ekele. Ana m ekele Chineke n'ihi m na ndị ka anọ. Ọ dị ebe niile ya ọlọtagodo na-enwe nsogbu ọbụla. Ana m ekele uche mefọ Chineke duwe n'aka anyị duwe n'aka ekpe. Ana m ekele George Onyibe. Ihe gbasara ji ewute meta anyị n'obi maka anyị nọ na Biafra land. Ndị broadcast ha na-akpọga gị ụra maka dịwa broadcast ka nche gị na-eche onwe ma ama na Chukwuka abịaghị izu ụtụtụ ehihie dogi n'abalị dogi ya dogi na-eche dogi n'oge dogi na afọ dogi na nkwụ n'aha ya wishi. Ana m ekele Chineke ndị ezi na-eme n'efu onwe ihe dozi ga-eme anyị alaala awa anyị alaala ihe ha na-agba mgba n'efu olulu niile ha na-egwu ọha ga-adaba n'ime anyị ochie ya aja n'aha ya wishi. Biko ana m ihe m na-ekwu uwu onye IPOB nọ na-abịa ọgbakọ n'Oji Otozunu. Ana m akpọ ha n'ụtụtụ na-agwa ha chetakwa mitin anyị. Ha ma ebe anyị na-eme mitin, ha ma oge anyị ji eme mitin, ha makwa mgbe anyị ji eme mitin ka onye ọbụla abịa mitin. Ma a na-echetakwa na otu anyị na-agakwa strọgụl ọzọ. Ọkwa mitin a ka a ga na-abịa onye aha mara na ahụ ka bụ memba. Ọ bụghị ebe deba aha ya na mitin ihe ị ga-ahụ ya ọ ga-abịakwa mitin ọzọ. Ha gbalịa abịa mitin n'ihi na anyị nwere okwu anyị ga-ekwu onye na-ekwu okwu ahụ onye na-egwu ndị Oji Otozunu okwu ahụ woman leader ha ọya na-arịọ ha sị ha ka agba mbọ bịa mitin n'ihi na o nwere okwu dị mkpa anyị ga-ekwu. Chineke gọziere m gị gọzie unu niile gọzie anyị niile otu anyị niile si agba mbọ ka Biafra ga-abịarịrị anyị ga-emeriri onwe anyị ihe ya ga-eme ndị zuu mee ndị otu mee ndị na-arụ ọrụ mee ndị na-agba ịsabụ sabụ n'aka anyị na-ata egbe olulu ga-emecha ha niile n'aha Jizọs nara ekele jisi ike n'ọrụ Chineke gị uwe n'aka dị gị na-ata ekpe n'aha ya wee shie.
Ise, thank you very much. I truly appreciate you. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? But of course, we must continue. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good morning from you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you, sir.
Go ahead,
My
please.
name is Bright. My name is Bright. Yes, I can hear you. Good morning, sir. Yeah, I'm greeting all Biafrans. I'm greeting all Biafrans all over the world. This morning is 23rd, 23rd of November. I'm saying to all Biafrans that they should wake up. They do not know what Mazenandi came to do in Biafra. The Messiah we have been waiting for is Namadike Biafra. People are still waiting for Jesus Christ to come. They do not know that Christ has come, that he has risen. I am begging all Biafrans, because I used to say that if Biafra did not come, better heaven and earth should pass away because of something that we represent. We are the light. We are the beginning. And the people do not know. I'm seeing that the whole world is ganging up against us. Because I know that the whole world is ganging against us. But
and it is because of oil. They want to steal oil and not pay for it. They want to steal gold. Yes. They want to steal diamond. They want to steal timber. They want to steal labor, human labor, slaves, unnoticed and unaccounted for. That is the only sin we have committed.
There is no problem. whatever they are doing their worst, and they are ready to pay the price, no matter the length. They don't just mind. Time is coming. And they should thank Ohamadike because he's a peaceful man. Because without that, I didn't know what they would have seen from us. But I believe that we are going home. And I'm saying for those that is still going to church and praising what they do,
Going to
what
Yoruba
they
church,
used to
be
slave us with
specific.
mental
Those
slavery.
people still going to Yoruba church.
Yes.
Yoruba church. Put Yoruba there for
Yes,
proper balance.
they do not know what they're doing. I say, but you go pick up them and forgive them. But man, I don't know what to say. I'm short of words. I'm appreciating Ohamadike. Thank you, because we have been over how many years I've been calling Radio Biafra, but I know that it's not easy. So a lot of people are calling. It's not my turn, but I believe this morning I really appreciate Okike for you to pick my call this morning. Onyibe, before everybody in that anchoring of that Radio Biafra, Okike have already signed it. It's not everybody that I know. It's not everybody. That's why I'm seeing the way you're talking. You are different from others. The way South Africa is talking is different from me. The way Israel is talking is different from them. But I know that it's Okike that is doing it. It's not anybody. It's not by man's picture. I really appreciate you guys.
God is faithful.
May you that created this heaven and earth should continue strengthening you guys and giving you wisdom. In the end, Biafra must surely come. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you all. Yes.
We must continue. Our people must understand our target is to go home, and home we shall go. Biafrans are going home, and anybody that stands in our way that we will not go home. Are you there, caller on the line? Of course. The Zoo Epileptic Network will always be there to obstruct, but we must keep going. Are you there? Caller on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Mary. I'm calling from Akwa Ibom. Ogara is in Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom is in Biafra. Thank you for your calling, for your support, for everything that you do. 3-4 days ago, I was having difficulties in connecting your line. But I speak to Nigerian media. The thing we are here there, I wouldn't understand. We have talked about the 3 agendas in the countries we call Zoo. I have seen that the first one, it is true. The second one is true. Talking about this hate speech, Nigeria is in trouble. Nigeria is in fire. They are quarreling within themselves because what I hear there is that about the hate speech, they never sign for it. They say that they should go back and bring out any judgment that will be ending with killing on top of all these big politicians. When they thief, they bring judgment that will kill them. When they corrupt the city, they bring out judgment that will end it by killing, so that before they can sign hate speech for them. That is, they are in trouble. So when you talk of Yoruba church, the Yoruba church, 3 days ago, I heard the Yoruba church pastor in Zoo country. One woman went there to receive a special prayer. Reaching there, the pastor raped the woman. By calling police for the pastor, police come investigate the house and grab a coven full of woman pants and brazier. They are troubling themselves. Those your prayers don't start to act in Nigeria. Okay, out of the other one, they say one man from Obodo Igo come out saying doctor. As in the doctor, in name Nigeria, they say him come enter Nigeria using doctorship to enter Nigeria. But this man comes here when you see underage children like 6 years to 9 years children, he raped them. At the end of that raping, he writes their name inside paper. And now, as they arrested the man, they go and see this paper. As they see this paper, they read out the name, reaching 250 children being raped by this man. So, Nigeria, those your prayers is working in instantly. Continue shaking Nigeria. Nigeria must fall and Biafra will go at the end. I thank God for you. Continue.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, my rep. Good morning, Biafran, all over the world, lovers of freedom. I'm calling from Ikom, Biafran province. My name is Joy Wobo. My rep, please, I want to thank you specially for the presentation that you presented to us last night. In fact, you are called to do this work. If your calling is not a divine one, I don't think that you'll be doing things that you are doing to us. I say, may Chukwuka bless you. May Chukwuka bless you in the morning of Afo, in the morning of Ori, in the morning of Eke, in the morning of Oko. You remind me of those days while playing those songs. Because I remember that most of the songs being played in Radio Biafra last night was among those songs that my late father used to gather us, tell us how Biafrans were singing those songs. And it was played last night. In fact, I was overwhelmed. I was so happy. And this morning, you have come up with another topic again. The work is not easy. But as for Biafran, we are going. We are going. There is no two ways about it. No matter what the Zoo government is doing to stop it, they can never stop. Biafra is a spirit. I so much thank Chukwuka Biama that thousands of people today have started waking up. Even those that are talking nonsense before, nothing will make them to join IPOB, nothing concern them Biafra. Today they are in forefront of it. That is to show you how spiritual Biafra is. My African rep, this morning I pray for God, Chukwuka Biama, who have installed you to do this great work for us, to strengthen you, to fortify you, to give you grace to continue this work until Biafra comes. In the name of Chukwuka Biama's name.
Thank you very much. We continue. We must continue, and we are inching closer to the end of this morning broadcast. Our people must remain focused. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but we only say it's achievable. Call on the line, your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Onyibe.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. This is James. I'm calling from Aba. Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. There's information that I want to pass through. There are some of our members in Osauku community, that is in Obingwa local government, where OKJ come from. And now our members have been picking up by Nigerian police, SACs, taking them to the station without doing nothing. They are picking our boys one by one in the community. In that community, sir.
Now, what we will do is report this message to the state coordinator of Abia State and make sure we get the name and address of all these people they are picking up. It doesn't matter whether they are in IPOB or not. If they are our people, Nigerian Boko Haram police are picking them up, we need to get their name. And I will appreciate if you can get their name for me. Send their name to our WhatsApp number, the date they were picking up. And so we put the word on notice. Nigerians are selling kidney. Nigerian police, they are selling kidney. Nigerian army, where you hear any security apparatus in Nigeria, their major line of business is selling of kidney and liver and lungs. That is why they derive joy in kidnapping people. And there are countries that are buying it. Let me tell you, it's just that my time is up. But there are certain things that people do not know. There is a hospital somewhere in America. They wake up in the morning and they saw kidney. Somebody gave them almost, is it 700 or 300 kidney? They drop it at the door of the hospital. Surveillance camera didn't have, get them. And then they are appreciating the person who dumped the kidney for them. Kidney and liver, very lively one. And like in my mind, and this thing is online. Does it mean now that this kidney fall from heaven? Would they not have investigated who are the owners of this kidney and liver? I'm saying America. The video is not very close to me. I would have played it now, the audio. And that is why I wish one day we will be on the television and be showing the world some of these dirty things they do. They think nobody will know about it. And then you look at Okozo. The police in Okozo, during, what do they call this criminal? The murder, the Mozo people, the Biafran people, dumping their dead bodies in Izu River. Was it not their kidney they were harvesting? So when you see police picking our people, Nigerian army picking our people, it is not because they want to charge them for any crime. These people will kill them, harvest their kidney and liver, and they can actually transport it freely. Imagine governors traveling to diaspora with kidney and liver. Can you tell me why Theresa May and other people will not welcome Jubri when they are there to give them free kidney? Eh? And so we must get their record in case we don't see them again.
Okay, sir. I will do that.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Biafrans must stand their ground. It doesn't matter. This is hate speech. I just said hate speech. That some people are killing some people, selling their liver, their kidney, and it's hate speech. They don't want us to talk about it. But this is just the beginning. And you can join no domain will remove them. But of course, I will draw the curtain at this moment. I sincerely apologize to those of you I cannot pick their call this morning. And I appreciate those of you who were able to call in. May the Lord be with all of us. May we never take that which belongs to another. And if we do, let him leave us at the mercy of our enemy. And for those who want to take that which belongs to us, may their sorrow know no bound. May they suffer 100-fold more than we have suffered. For in the end, their children will become widow. Their children will become orphan and their wives widow. It is as simple as that. If we are here to conquer anybody, we remain here shouting. But if we are not here to conquer anybody, we just want our right to self-determination. We want our life back. All of you who have prepared Galu for us, you shall be hanged therein. It's a promise, not a threat anyway. I remain George Onyibe, and I sign off from here.
Respect to the Most High. Yeah. Biafra, the rising sun. Now, hear me now. Everywhere in the world, Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Freedom, yeah. Biafrans, we know what we want. Biafrans, we know what we need. All we want is Biafra. Biafra. All we need is Biafra. Biafra. Our leader have tell us the truth. Now we know who we are. Cause Aflani is killing Biafra. Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. They are cleaning our people. No more one Nigeria. Your amalgamation is over, man. All we need is Biafra. I am not saying this
'cause I'm a Biafra. But I'm thinking of the life we lose every time that cause killing innocent people, yeah, raping our women, yeah. Who doesn't know about the 10%? Who doesn't know about the oil well? House of Fulani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world that keep peace silent. All we want is Biafra. We want to go home, Biafra.
Biafra, land of the rising sun. Bombo clan. There was good and evil, and we chose good.
Enegwa is calling Biafra. Anani saying Biafra. Ogoja is saying Biafra. Enegwa is saying Biafra. Urobo is saying Biafra. Shekiri is saying Biafra. We want to go home. We want a freedom. We want to go home.
Yo, look again. Tropical mix. Biafra, the rising.